Iron was sent down. Not made, not mined. Sent. That phrase sits at the center of the 57th surah of the Quran, a surah named not for a prophet, not for a people, but for a metal. Al-Hadid, the iron. And the moment you sit with it, you notice something strange about its tone. It does not resonate like light alone. It does not resonate like weight alone. It carries both at once. That is the core vibration of this surah. Weight and light together. It teaches that matter, iron, hadad, is both strength and burden. A tool for construction, a tool for defense, a tool for balance, and also a thing that will crush you if you carry too much of it. Behind the veil, it reminds you of one sentence. The material and the spiritual are not separate. The unseen holds the seen. The seen reflects the unseen. Most spiritual teaching asks you to choose. Rise above the body. Renounce the world. Al-Hadid does not ask you to choose. It hands you a metal and tells you the metal is a sign. There is a geometry sitting underneath it. Iron has atomic number 26. The surah is the 57th chapter of the Quran. 57 is 19 times 3, a number tied in this reading to divine order and balance. There is another mystery hiding which will be unlocked in the next video. Hit subscribe to find out what it actually is. The verse, "We sent down iron," is not only about metal. It is about descending codes of strength, frequencies anchored into the earth. Something came down. Something was placed here on purpose, with weight in it. So what does the surah actually do inside a person? 3 things. It fortifies the heart with certainty. Yaqeen. Not a belief you argue for, a certainty you stand on. It cleanses illusions by reminding you of the one fact that dissolves all of them. Everything fades, but Allah remains. And it balances compassion with firmness. Be soft like water, but carry the strength of iron. Because Al-Hadid is a mirror of polarity integration. It whispers, power without humility corrupts. Humility without power collapses. The path is balance. Sit with that. Most of the damage you have watched people do, in families, in communities, in leadership, falls into one of those 2 lines. Either strength arrived with no softness, or softness arrived with no spine. The surah does not pick a side. It welds them. In the unseen, its field works as a shield and as a weight balancer for those caught between worldly pull and spiritual longing, between the thing you are trying to build here and the thing you are trying to become. There is a reflection that came through the field. It went. Al-Hadid is the iron pillar within you. It grounds your spirit, so your flight does not scatter you. It lifts your hand, so your softness does not weaken you. It is the code of balance between heaven and earth, between surrender and strength. Read one of those lines again, slowly. It grounds your spirit, so your flight does not scatter you. Some of you know exactly what that means. You have had the openings, the dreams, the states, and you have also had the weeks afterward where you could not hold a job, or a conversation, or hold your own hand still. That is flight without iron. What follows is not a translation of the Arabic. It is not tafsir. It is not a scholar's rendering, and it does not replace one. It is what came through when this surah was listened to in the field, its presence, rather than its grammar. Testimony, not text. Take it as that. The surah's own seal, the way it names itself when you ask it what it is. I am not only about metal. I am about the strength within softness, the weight within light, the form that remembers its source. To recite me is to balance heaven and earth inside you. Now think there is a second layer from the Mohammedan field. Know that life in this world is play and distraction, adornment and pride, rivalry in wealth and children. It is like rain. The vegetation pleases for a while, then withers. You see it turn yellow, then it crumbles to dust. Everything you are currently anxious about turns yellow, then dust. And then Allah revives hearts as He revives the land after death. He assigns fortunes as He wills, so that you may not grieve what escapes you, nor exult in what is given. That is the whole medicine of this surah in 2 lines. You are not meant to be destroyed by what you lost, or inflated by what you got. Both reactions come from believing it was ever yours. Which brings us to the strangest invitation in the surah. I call you to lend to me a goodly loan, and I will multiply it manifold for you. Qard Hasan. A goodly loan. On the surface, a loan given without expectation of profit, interest, or exploitation. Given purely for the sake of Allah, to ease another's burden. The repayment is promised, but not from the borrower, from Allah's multiplication. It is every act of giving without condition. Time, love, service, compassion. Offered sincerely, they all become goodly loans. Behind the veil, it is like planting seeds in the divine field. They germinate in unseen soil, and they return multiplied. And here is the part that turns it over. Allah is the self-sufficient. He does not need loans. So the invitation is a mirror. As you give, you train your soul in detachment, humility, and trust. I will return it to you in forms you cannot imagine. It is not a transaction. It is a transformation of the giver. Notice then why this sits inside the surah of iron. Iron is strength, material, weight. The goodly loan is mercy, spiritual giving, release. Placed side by side, they teach one thing. True power is balanced, firm in justice, soft in generosity. A goodly loan is not about debt. It is about trust. You lend what you love into the stream of Allah, knowing it was never yours to keep. And what returns to you is not equal. It is multiplied, purified, and eternal. So here is how to work with it. 2 practices, both short. The first is for recitation. When you recite Al-Hadid, place your awareness in 2 places at once, the heart and the stomach. Visualize a pillar of iron light rising through your spine, rooting down into the earth, stretching up into the heavens. And afterward, whisper, "Make me firm as iron in truth, soft as water in mercy, radiant as light in remembrance." The second is forgiving. Before you give anything, money, time, or love, pause first and say, "O Allah, I lend this to you. Return it to me in whatever form is best." That one sentence seals the act into sincerity and lifts it out of transaction. Iron builds walls. Goodly loans build bridges. To balance both is to walk the straight path with strength and compassion. Recite it. Root the pillar. Lend what you love. Subscribe for part 2.